Hey, hey, it's your girl Narissa, and supposed to meet a client this morning. My appointment was canceled, so I thought I would just come on real quick, see what everybody up to. Sometimes you have plans and the plans get shifted up, so you have to switch things up. So I am joining from Pensacola, Florida. I am Narissa. If you don't already know, I am a realtor here. And I've been doing this for, I've been a realtor for 4 years. I was on the other side of it, so lending side, banking, mortgage underwriting, personal loans, home equity loans, credit cards, checking accounts, savings accounts, all the good things since 2001. So I know a lot of people are, I've just run across a lot of people that are wanting to buy but are discouraged for whatever reason. It could be credit, could be, I don't know what's going on. Okay, so just for a lot of different reasons. I'll show for 10 minutes. So anyways, basically, I just want people to not get discouraged because, like, honestly, what's for you is for you. I like to tell the story of me getting ready to buy my first home, which was in 2007. My husband and I were renting. We had been renting. We had moved out of Florida, moved back to Florida right after Ivan. So at that time, you pretty much had to pick whatever was available because it was very limited supply period to rent or buy. And so we found a place. It was okay. I mean, it was a 3-bedroom, 1.5, older block home. At the time, I think we were paying $800 a month rent, right? And my husband was in school, then he got a job, and then I was working at a finance company, and then I ended up getting a really, decent job at a bank. And so I was like, okay, baby, it's time. Like, we have 3 kids, let's get our own place. And so we applied for a loan, and we were denied. And I was like, but I got good credit. I thought I had good credit, right? Wasn't as good as I thought. So my debt to income, I was paying everybody, no like 30 days or anything like that, but my ratios were off. And so me kind of being new in the industry, I had been doing personal loans, but I had never really, I just knew pay my bills, which is what I was doing. Okay, you have the credit cards, you got the car notes, you have your little student loans. I had consolidated those, and I was like, pay my bills, and that's what I was doing. So when we were denied, I was kind of like taken aback because I'm thinking, oh, we have the money, we're paying this rent every month, we're paying our utilities every month, we're paying all of our bills every month, but not realizing how much debt to income ratio impacted our credit. So that was the reason we were denied. So the first thing that I did was kind of regroup because I was sad. I'm not even gonna lie. Regrouped, and I was like, we need a budget because what's going on? We make all this money and they're telling us we can't get approved. So basically, once we were denied, the bank sent us a letter, which whenever you're denied credit, the lenders are supposed to send you a letter with your score, and then they also list the reasons that you're denied. So again, it was debt to income ratio, which affects your credit score. So then the score was a little lower. I think it was like 630. I don't know, maybe 640. But so I sat down with all of our expenses, right? So that, first of all, when you're looking at your credit report, you're basically looking at the things that, like credit cards, personal loans, mortgages, car notes, student loans, line of credits. Those are the things that report to the credit bureau. Your utilities, auto insurance, life insurance, all the other stuff that you pay, it doesn't report, but that is still part of your budget. So we basically sat down and did like a budget, a 1-year budget, because you can't really do a budget off of 2 months, 1 month, 3 months, because you have things that you may not pay every month. You have things that you may pay quarterly that you pay once a month. So when you're creating a budget, you want to sit down, and I mean, I went through a statement for a whole year, kind of like looking at how much we were spending on this, and this, and how we can find ways to save. And so like one of the ways that, for example, was my husband likes soul food. So every Friday he would take out $20 to go get a $7 plate. And I'm like, listen, you're only spending $7. So every Friday you should need to do that. Like, you should already have some money. We got to start eating, taking food from the house for lunch, and just finding other ways to save. Because once you really sit down and like actually dissect how much you spend every month, you see that you actually throw away a lot of money. So that's what we did. And the money that we were saving on junk and stuff that we didn't need, we were able to apply that to those credit card balances to actually pay them that amount down, because it was credit card balances for us. And then we also had like a small personal loan that we had gotten at our with our credit union. So what we did was we actually did the snowball effect too, because what I did was break down all my bills as far as balances, and then I did interest rates. For me, I started with the cards that had the smallest balance, and so I would pay that card off, and then the money, so if it was an extra $50, then I would apply it to the next card, and then I paid that next card off. And then so if that was a total of an extra $150, then I would put that to the next card. So that way I paid down several cards, which helped my, of course, debt to income ratio, but then it also helped my credit score. And so we had applied like in April, and we were denied for the home loan. Created this budget, and I did it the old way, like back then. Actually used a Google spreadsheet to keep up with mine, because I'm like visual, and at that point I wasn't really into, I don't even know if there was apps to help you do it at that point, but I just created a Google spreadsheet with all my bills, the dates, keeping up with what automatically comes out, what I'm spending on my bills, what I'm spending on groceries, haircuts, food, gas, like everything had a line item. So I knew what I was spending my money on, saving for some of the upfront costs that I knew I was going to need with buying a home. And yeah, when we applied December, we literally closed in 14 days. 2007, we closed like December the 11th. So we didn't even tell anyone that I didn't even want to tell anyone that I was applying, because honestly I thought I was going to get denied. And I was like, if I don't tell anybody, then I don't have to explain the whole we did get approved. So when I called my mom, I called her the day before closing and was like, Mom, because my mom lives 2 hours away, and asked could she come and watch the kids, because at the time my youngest was like 18 months. And so she was like, okay, like, what's going on? And I was like, just, we're gonna need you for the weekend if you could come and help us out. So when she got here, we took her to the house and was like, surprise, like, this is the house. It was very emotional. The kids were excited, and because one of our goals was for all of our kids to have their own room. And so we were able to get like a beautiful 4-bedroom, 3-bath house, 2-car garage, like 2,400 square feet. And it was such a blessing, and it's been a blessing for us. So I just want to make this post, because a lot of people give up because you're denied the first time. Like, okay, you get denied, fix it. Everything is fixable. If it's your debt to income, pay the stuff off. Find ways to save. If that means not eating out, or cooking a meal, or getting a pedicure at one, you can spread that one more week, so you don't have to go every 2 weeks. Maybe you go every 3 weeks. That's a little savings, because you're not going as much. For me, I went natural with my hair. I was like, I'm not gonna pay $200 for a hairdo. I don't even like hair like that. So for me, that was a savings. Like, to me, I'm fine with this. I love rocking my little short do's. I'm still cute, and I'm saving money, because to me, being able to have my own place is more of a priority. Again, that's just me. If that's part of your budget and you know that you want to get your hair done every week, that's fine too. But you want to make sure that you're just living within your means, so you can afford what you want to afford, like whatever that looks like for you. I just want to say, don't give up, don't get discouraged. I do help people with their credit, so if you have credit questions, please reach out to me. I don't know, I just felt the need to say that, because so many people are discouraged right now, And when I bought my house, it was like, now is not a good time. People were telling me it wasn't a good time. It was 2007. It was a great time. I ended up getting a house that had just had a $50,000 price drop. So the time is when it's perfect for you, when you are ready and qualified and ready to move in. If you don't like the interest rate, baby, get the house that you can afford, the payment that you can afford. You can always refinance that rate and get a lower interest rate. But the house is yours and you're not renting it because people are like, oh, well, I can't afford a mortgage. Yes, you can, because you're paying a mortgage. You're literally paying a mortgage with rent, but it's your landlord's mortgage. You're paying a mortgage. So if you want home ownership, don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your dreams. You can do it. There are so many programs to assist you with down payment, closing costs. Sellers are giving you concessions right now. Like it is in my area. I don't know about other areas, but in my area, there are so many options to get into a home. So if you are interested in buying in Pensacola, Florida, or any surrounding areas, I'm in Escambia, Santa Rosa County mostly, but I will go pretty much to like Panama City, Jackson County area if need be. But even if you're not in my area, we can still connect. I know, and I have a list of contacts of realtors all over the country that we refer back and forth to. So I work with a lot of military families, first-time homeowners, and honestly, I work with a lot of investors as well. And a lot of my clients are actually single women. So single women, you can do it too. Yeah, the sky's the limit. Like if you want to get an investment property, if you want a second property, yeah, I would love to help you. So that's all I got. I'm off my tangent now. I just wanted to encourage someone not to give up if home ownership is your goal. And again, if you have questions, definitely reach out. If you want to schedule a free consult, you can click the link in my bio and we can schedule a 15-20 minute call just to kind of talk about your goals and what you're wanting to do. You can buy resale. There are so many properties available right now to purchase. There are renovation loans. So if you find a house, if you see that you have a lower budget, and so that means you have to get an older house or a house that needs work, there are actually loans that you can qualify for. Every lender does it differently, but for example, I have one lender that they basically allow you to buy the house as is, and you're able to get a quote for any repairs or updates that you want to do. And then once you get those quotes, we basically give those quotes to the appraiser. So when the appraiser does the evaluation, they base the value on what it's going to be worth once the work is done. That's what's called a renovation loan. I called it HGTV. Basically, that's what they do on HGTV. You buy those old houses, you see them spending $150,000, $100,000, $200,000, whatever, to get the house where they want it to be. And the thing about that is usually because you're getting a house at such a great deal and you're doing all the work, you're walking into that house with equity. $20,000, $50,000, $100,000 in equity, depending on what you do. So it's just so many options for home ownership. So again, don't get discouraged. If you have questions, reach out to a professional, not your auntie, uncle, cousin that bought a house 20, 30 years ago. And yeah, just stay encouraged. I appreciate you guys for jumping on. Please follow, like I said, reach out. I have a free home buyer's guide also in my link. So if you guys want to download that or just check out my website and see what type of properties are available in our area, you can really find some good deals here if you search for them. So that's it, y'all. Be safe, and I will talk with you on the next go round.